Okay, let me see if I'm live. Okay. So Facebook is a little different now because of the way they have it set up. So I'll see if I can field questions. I'm just coming live to... Okay. Let me see if people roll in here. Okay. Do I have... Okay. Let's see. Let me know if you're out there, anybody. I'm just going live to see how well this works. It's set up different than it used to be. 40 seconds. Okay. I don't see viewers, which would be weird. Let me know if you're out there. Maybe I'll get my phone. Let's do the phone. Okay. So some viewers, okay, good. Now people are starting to roll. It took like a minute for people to start rolling on, which is odd. I have two computers going. So I'm going to roll through this and tell you what I think is going on. But please do me a favor. If you're watching this, like respond, write a comment, ask a question, like it, so I know that it's working, because Facebook is set up a little differently now, and the way it's publishing on my computer is very different than it used to be on live, so I want to make sure it's working. Okay, Wisconsin, Mindy, good, you're all out there. My wife is on. So I will first have a disclaimer saying that I am not a political operative. I only do a ton of research. Politics has always been interesting to me, and I know how the world works. I understand the Federal Reserve. I understand the bankers, presidential stuff, etc. So I'm coming to you for the coronavirus. Okay, so the last couple days or weeks, whatever we're into, everyone thinks that this is a virus. So I just learned to know that it's not a virus. It's not even the common cold. What's happening that I think is happening now, I read all offline news. I don't read any mainstream news on what's going on. I'll check stuff every once in a while just to see what they're saying. But I got a phone call tonight from a friend who sent me some information, and I do read Q or QAnon. Do I know if it's fully 100% true? I don't know for sure. I have some friends who are a little bit more deeper inside, and they claim that it's dead on accurate. So there's that. X22 report I read a lot. I do a lot of back reading on Benjamin Fulford, a lot of stuff. So I'm going to tell you what I think is going on based on accurate information as I can find as I read and study, etc. So if you didn't know, this whole planet is controlled. Our country is controlled by people we don't like, who are making laws and everything else that we don't like. And it's a mess. So this is what's happening. We've been up in arms about this coronavirus, which is like, wait a second, it's not even as bad as the flu. It's like a common cold. I'm a physician. I am not worried about, quote unquote, the coronavirus, right? I eat well, take good vitamins, minerals, etc. Not worried about it at all. I believe this is not about a virus. This is about the virus that controls America and the world. And if you don't know about this, I mean, rampant pedophilia, Hollywood, Illuminati, they control the whole system, the Federal Reserve, etc. So you know it's getting serious when some things are going down. I'm not worried about people buying toilet paper. That is not a huge deal. This is what I think is happening. Well, first of all, if you don't know, literally minutes ago, the National Basketball Association, the NBA, suspended the entire season. If you don't think that's a big deal, now it doesn't matter that you don't necessarily get into sports or like sports. The point is, you don't just shut down a season. I have a feeling that Major League Baseball is close behind because the season is supposed to start. I bet you they shut down the season. The president just came on. He said there is going to be no travel at all from Europe into America, meaning everything shut off except for the UK, because it's Brexit. The UK is on our side. They're an ally. They broke free from the European Union. The European Union is the Federal Reserve of Europe. And I think what's happening is Trump and quote unquote the patriots behind the scenes, the military intelligence service, are going after the cabal. So the information I got tonight was, now, do not hold me to this. I'm doing the best I can giving you information that I read, but this is what I think occurs and what happens. Colleges are already shutting down. They're sending the kids home for 2 weeks, supposedly. But what's really happening is, after talking to a friend, that the Federal Reserve meets on the 17th, which is next Tuesday, I believe, whereas they're supposed to cut the interest rate down upwards of a point, which is completely historic. That does not occur, right? To combat the economy, because you have shut down now South by Southwest, which is a major convention in Austin, Texas. You shut down the NAB, which is in Las Vegas. You have shut down, sporting events. So the NCAA men's and women's basketball tournaments, there are no fans going to the games. Some families will go and will be in attendance. They're going to be playing the biggest college football series or playoffs other than football, or basketball other than football, to no crowd. They're going to televise it with empty arenas other than families. Again, you don't have to be a sports fan to understand the impact of that, to literally shut down essentially maybe $1 billion economy right there. That's insane. And then right after the president's talk tonight, after he shut down flights coming in, we are going to shut down the NBA season, which that is $1 billion+ in economy and revenue. You don't do so. This, I think, is them shutting down, getting ready for the storm. What is the storm? So Q calls it the storm, right? Basically, this is where the crap hits the fan with the cabal. Not only that, you saw Harvey Weinstein sentenced to 23 years in prison. That's before they even take up the cases of his California crimes. That was just the federal stuff, I believe. He went to jail. Right after he went to jail, he had a heart problem, I think, this evening. He collapsed, I believe, from a heart problem, maybe a heart attack. I don't know what it is. They probably killed him. Then right after the president's speech, you have Tom Hanks and his wife come down with the coronavirus and it becomes national news. Now, is Hollywood just playing it off? I don't know. Or is it the fact that Tom Hanks is a well-known in the inside as a pedophilia, or practices pedophilia. His wife, when they did their get out the vote for the Democratic National Committee, she wore an all-seeing eye, Illuminati, on her shirt. They are full-blown Illuminati. When Ricky Gervais was doing his Golden Globes monologue, it is well known now, when Tom Hanks was sitting in the crowd and they were talking about Epstein Island, which Tom Hanks, it's well known he was there, he got very uncomfortable in his seat when they talked about pedophilia and the crimes against kids. So what I think occurs from here is the 17th, the Federal Reserve meets, they cut the rate. Then potentially on the 21st or somewhere around there, Q talks about an arrest that is so big it shakes the entire country and the world. I posted on this a little bit ago. From what I have read, it's going to be President Barack Obama will be arrested. That's what I've read. Do I know for sure? No, I do not have an insight. I do not know these people. I don't talk to them. I read and I have some connections that I talk to. So he could be arrested around, say, the 21st. And then they put America into a 3-week quarantine, meaning they shut down the country, our country, America, for 3 weeks. This is going to happen potentially in about 2 weeks. Is a possible 3-week quarantine where no one leaves their home. And for 3 weeks, things might even go dark, is where there could be mass arrests of the cabal by military, president, etc. Obviously, the people who carry that out. Martial law would be called then. So you have the president declaring martial law and a shutdown, 3-week quarantine of all Americans. That's why he's putting in the SBA loans for $50 billion. That's why the $8 billion is there. I'm not worried so much about him saying the vaccine. I think that's just part of the the game he has to play, and I think he means something else by it. I think the coronavirus is the cabal. I think that's what he's actually talking about. And that's what I picked up on finally tonight when he was talking, because he kept saying, we're going to take down the virus. It will not go any farther. The virus. That's what a virus does. And then what would happen afterwards is, based on information I'm reading and looking into, is when we come out of that 3-week quarantine, you have a brand new economy that is built on American industrial productivity. We start building things here in America. We go back to a gold standard. Now, there's going to be people out there who poo-poo this and say it's stupid and it's not real and it's conspiracy. I'm not saying it is all real. I'm saying that this is what I'm reading, and this actually makes sense, because we can't go like this anymore in America. Like our country is bankrupt. When the Federal Reserve took it over, they bankrupted us. So this is how I look at it. I posted about this earlier today, why I was even support the president, is you have two different paths right now. You have one path where you can poo-poo all this and say it's stupid and say it's like not going to happen. There's no way Obama's going to get arrested. There's no way the cabal goes down. There's no way Hollywood gets brought to justice. All this stuff, right? And that's such a negative path. Why? Because we've been living in that world for decades. And you're getting taxed like crazy. You're getting screwed on your income, you're getting screwed on college education, loans, IRS, etc., right? All that stuff. So you can continue down that path and be negative about it. Or you can say, you know what? There's information here. We don't know if it's fully true. But damn, wouldn't it be awesome if we took down the freaking cabal and we had a president that stood up and actually did something about it and created a new economy for the people, got rid of all this suppressive crap, right? So you could go this way, and it doesn't even mean all this has to be true. Maybe it's somebody else arrested. Maybe we don't have a 3-week quarantine. I don't care. The point is, let's focus our intentions and our positivity on making this occur. Let's take down this virus that has been destroying our country, that is polluting our kids in schools, polluting our kids and our brains on television, and let's actually create this. So we can come out the other side with a gold standard, a heavy metal standard. Maybe it's done via blockchain so that everything is known where it's coming from. And then we build a new America again, where we actually maintain, produce, and take care of our people. We build trade deals with Europe, with Italy, with China, etc. We do all this stuff that actually takes care of our people. Would that be horrible? I think that actually is an amazing goal that we could set. So again, is it all true? I don't know, but I would rather focus on this and making this happen and just making it go correctly, and putting your intention, your mind on this and saying, this is what we want. We want these people taken down. We want the human trafficking to end. It's disgusting. And we want to actually build a safe and sovereign country. And let's do this whole thing where, like, hey, if we make something here and we build great stuff in America, but then somebody in Italy or someone in Germany or someone in Britain or someone in China or Korea, they build something that we can't build, but they're better at it, then we have free or fair trade back and forth between those two places. And then we get rid of this insane debt. We get rid of Social Security, which was a democratic socialist program. Medicare goes away. So the president's actually trying to get a 0% payroll tax. I don't think they're going to get zero, it sounds like, but they'll get a very low percentage, meaning money back in your pocket. Money back to businesses. My wife just told me the amount of money we pay every month in payroll taxes. That money could be so much better spent on new employees, new training, new investments, scaling business, new locations, all this different stuff. And you get screwed because not only does your company pay, but then you pay, and all that money goes to a government that screws around the country and creates wars. So I just wanted to inform you of this information. I'll let you know more as it comes in and what I'm reading. And again, I don't know if it's fully true, but I will tell you, my wife looked at me tonight and said, so wait a second. We have canceled major events around the country. The president just said no more flights coming in from Europe for 30 days. The impact that makes is insane, both economically as well as just people moving around the country. That is absolutely crazy. Then on top of that, you have the National Basketball Association suspending their season. Think about the travel of all those players. Think about all those people who work there. Think about all of the people that go to those. We're talking billions of dollars gone because of this. That's insane for a major organization to cancel. And I'm assuming, well, the NCAA men's and women's basketball tournaments will go on, but only televised, no people coming to the games. And then on top of that, I have a feeling that Major League Baseball might do something right after that. Nothing's been said, but you know it's serious when they start shutting down major events like this. And I'm not saying we definitely should not get all wound up about a virus, because this is not a virus. If people are sick or actually sick, it's a common cold. That's all this is. There's no power to it. Be thinking about this is a virus that is actually attacking our country from a political, geopolitical, and a monetary standpoint, as well as a people standpoint, because the things that they have done behind the scenes to our children are horrible. There are things that I look up online that I am more than happy to research and go into, and it doesn't bother me. I will tell you that when it comes to human trafficking, I have a very difficult time looking at it, and I actually have to walk away from it, because I think about my daughter, think about the kids that I see every day, I think about your kids, and the idea that these people do that, the Hollywood is involved in helping create all that, is absolutely disgusting. So just want to let you know what I see, what I heard. If you have any questions, let me look over here to see if there's questions. Coronavirus planted in the beginning of the crisis. I believe it is planted. I think it's actually a military intelligence operation. That's what I think it is. I think it was actually designed by us to create this problem. Travel to Europe, yep. The rabbit hole is infinite. The more you research, the deeper you go. This is just the tip of the iceberg. Absolutely. If you think what you're watching right now, is deep, it is not deep. There is things that I have read and studied that will go so far beyond this information that will blow your mind. And I don't put it out there for many reasons. One, I just don't want to blow people away, because some people can't have it, and I understand that, and it doesn't face everybody's reality. So some of the stuff I just do because I don't want to harm people. That's all. Dems are evil. Hillary, I don't even know. There's been word that potentially martial law actually wipes out the election. I don't know how true that is based on what's going on with the timeline right now. JFK Jr. about to fire back to life. I think this does have something to do with JFK. I think the day JFK was assassinated, I think this is some sort of karma. I think there was a strategy built a long time ago that maybe Trump was actually involved in. I don't know about that. Do follow Q. Yeah, good. Where do pharmaceutical companies come in with all of the vaccinating? I actually think Trump is playing the pharmaceutical companies. I think he's playing the CDC right now. I think he knows how to. I think he knows exactly what he's doing. If you have not, whether you love or hate President Trump, I don't really care. But for just an information and knowledge standpoint, I dare you, go read The Art of the Deal. I read it years ago, and it is a genius book. It really, and I'm not saying it because of him. It's just a really genius book. And anyone out there who says he's stupid or doesn't know what he's doing, or is a narcissist or racist, whatever, read the damn book. The man is intelligent beyond all belief. You don't get to that position without being intelligent, but he knows what he's doing without a doubt. Okay, let's see. Pharma, yes. Satanism plays a huge role. Yeah, so Illuminati, I won't go into all that stuff, but it's obviously not good side. It's not good God and angels and all that good stuff. It's definitely the opposite. Virus a joke, absolutely. Fake crisis, yes, it's a fake crisis, but I think it might be actually designed this way on purpose. And then my wife joked and said, I go, what is, after we watched President speak tonight, he said, okay, virus. He kept saying virus over. He's going to kill the virus, which I thought was interesting. But then also she said, I go, wonder what corona means. And I kind of had forgotten different things on the sun and everything like that. And my wife looked at me and she goes, the crown. I'm like, that makes sense. It could make sense. The crown. Keep in mind, the queen has never been elected to anything. She steals everything she has. And keep in mind, the queen and the president met. There was evidence that the president has helped take the queen out from a power standpoint, and that there's something going on there. So I don't know what that is. They're trying to do an economic shutdown. Yes. So this would be the deep state, quote unquote, Dems, globalists, etc., who are trying to take out the economic system. But I think it was actually all built. Again, if you guys want to know, you can read and watch the stuff that I watch. I mean, it's not secret necessarily. YouTube, it's called X22. Just type it in, X22 report. It's really good. That's about the only news I watch. It's on YouTube. And then I listen to a lot of different podcasts. I go on geopolitics.co, I believe. And then I'm on Twitter a lot. So Jordan Sadler I watch. Let's see. I do read Q. Okay. I have someone who is a very close connection. I don't know him personally, but I have reached out and talked to him personally, who is very high level, who has talked to the president. I actually have 3 different people who are in direct contact to the president. Now, that does not mean I have direct contact to the president, but I know 3 different people, and I've gotten information from those people. And all I can tell you is from those 3 different people, they have said that he is completely in control, knows exactly what goes on behind the scenes, knows exactly how evil this system is, and it is being handled. I think I'll end on that. Last couple of questions. Thanks. Thank you. Britain excluded from trail ban. Yeah, so why was Britain excluded from trail ban? Because it's Brexit. We actually have they're an ally now. So the European Union is the Federal Reserve of Europe. It's like the Federal Reserve of America. So if you didn't know, there's 2 different United States of America. A lot of people don't know this. There is the United States of America as the founders founded, and then there's the United States of America Incorporated, right? So if you pull out your wallet or you're going to your file cabinet, wherever it is, you have a social security number. There's a reason why in your social security number, your credit card, your checking account, all that different stuff, your name is all caps. That is because you're a commodity. You're a number. That is for the United States of America Incorporated. That is not a gold standard. When we delete that, we go back to the founders, which was the United States of America, which is a gold standard. So you have to understand what sovereign citizen is versus a United States of America Incorporated citizen. And right now, all of us who have social security numbers are citizens of the Incorporated United States, which is not a good thing. Who is Q? Go on Twitter, look up Q, you'll find him. Let's see, can you explain who exactly the Cabal is? The Cabal is many things. Cabal is what's called the deep state, the globalists, etc. It goes very high, but you have the Rothschilds, you have the Rockefellers. It's if you ever go and look on one of the pyramids, like they have some good images. If you go look at like the Cabal pyramids and go to images, it'll actually show you. And like at the top, it like has like almost like a reptile eye. That's where David Icke comes in. A lot of those guys where they actually talk about reptilian. I'm not going to go into that. Yes, I've studied that. Yes, I have my opinions and viewpoints on that, but I'm not going to go into that. But below that, you have the different families, the Club of Rome. Below that, things like the Trilateral Commission. You have companies, right? So the companies are used monopolies. So Microsoft is monopoly. Bill Gates. Also, I've heard that Bill Gates is going to be arrested soon, potentially. That's what I heard. That's what I read, I should say. Bill Gates and someone else who might be arrested. I don't remember the other one. I have to look it up. But that's the Cabal, and Cabal uses corporations. That's if you want a good book. I don't think I have it here on my mantle. I think it's in the other part of the house. But there's a book called The Fourth Reich. The Third Reich was Nazi Germany. The Fourth Reich is America. That's the Cabal. It's all the people who are pushing out vaccines, glyphosate, Monsanto, you name it. Bill Gates, all those big companies, the ones who are using things to harm us, that is called the Fourth Reich. They brought the scientists over from Germany that did not die in the war, and then they installed them here to do the image here. I won't go any deeper than that because that's a whole other thing, and I'd like this video to stay up on Facebook. Good, I think that's it. There's 2 more questions here, I think. No, everything's good. Thanks, you're welcome. I hope this helped. I just decided I really couldn't, like I realized it was 10:30 and I was like, I can't sleep. This stuff's crazy. This is uncharted territory. I mean, we are literally, guys, whether good or bad, understand what's going on. This has nothing to do with a virus, as in like a sick virus. This has, the coronavirus, as they call it, is essentially the common cold or less. I routinely joke that like if someone had it, I would go up to them and shake their hand and not really care because it's not a big deal. This is not about a sickness. This is not about a pandemic. WHO, World Health Organization, said there's a pandemic. The World Health Organization is a piece of crap that literally it should be I hope it goes away during this whole like, cleaning up of everything, because they want to vaccinate every single person on the planet. It's population control, culling of the population. That's what it is. This is not about a virus. This is about taking down the cabal. When you shut down major events throughout the country, you stop international travel coming in. People are still stuck on the virus thing. If you listen to the president's speech tonight, you know this is something totally different. And he's really good at what he does. He's a tremendous speaker, smart, and he truly sounds like he actually cares about the people of the country. And when was the last time you heard that? Like legitimate, in the eyes, let's get something done. He's a businessman. He, again, not perfect, but he's doing something about it. But this is not about sickness. This is about we're canceling. They suspended major sporting organization. They canceled the NBA for essentially the season, I believe. I mean, or at least it's suspended. I mean, completely unbelievable. So I don't want everyone to freak out, and I actually don't want to scare people. This is really just more information on what I'm reading, because people ask a lot about what I'm reading, but also what the hell is going on, because I still see people on Facebook going, this is just a common cold. If you didn't understand tonight what happened when they're shutting down all these major thing. This is no longer about an actual virus. Something is going on behind the scenes. So even if everything I said tonight was complete BS, I will tell you something is happening behind the scenes right now. This is too big. This is too historical of a moment. They're doing too much stuff with canceling things for this to be nothing. And again, positivity. Let's all believe that this is a president stepping up with the military intelligence and the Pentagon behind him, the good guys, what they call the white hats, taking down or helping take down this disgusting virus that has been destroying America one step at a time. Their goal was to destroy the Constitution. We actually ruined their 16-year plan. If you can go on and look, they had a 16-year plan. The first 8 years of the plan was Barack Obama. And it actually shows everything he was doing to take out the United States of America. And then the second 8 years was supposed to be Hillary Clinton. And she failed miserably, and they didn't expect it, right? They didn't expect that she was going to take out the Constitution of the United States. That was the entire goal. And if you go on and you read or watch, you don't have to watch her documentary. I actually did. That was her campaign video. That's what she's doing. She is going to go somehow play into this whole Biden thing, if that even comes about now. With this whole travel thing and this whole like shutdown of everything, I don't even know if we're going to get to that, because martial law could be called. People think we're crazy about thinking martial law could be called. Totally could. So my wife, who is on this feed right now, she just put a thing in a message. The Latin derivation of corona is crown. So if you go back to derivations in the dictionary to find out where the root source of a word is, corona is crown, meaning the crown is a virus. If you saw the other day, I posted that I believe it's Prince's husband. I forget his name. Let me look it up really quick. Queen's husband. Let's see. Prince Philip. So Prince Philip, a long time ago, said he wanted to come back as a virus to destroy humanity. That's what he said. The Queen of England is at the very top, my belief, is at the very top of the pyramid. So there you go. The old crown is a virus. That's what my wife said. So I hope that helps. I rambled on a little bit here. I hope I didn't go too mumbling and too off course. I tried to give you as much as I possibly could. Guys, put any information down below. I would normally be in bed by now to get my 8 hours of sleep. As someone asked tonight, how much do I sleep? And I do typically sleep 8 hours a night. I just do a lot of reading, and I basically shut off the television for the most part. I'm looking at YouTube videos of either, like my day and night consists of helping people, reading as much as humanly possible for self-improvement and knowing what's going on in the world. And then watching YouTube is either watching nutritional videos, inside political stuff, what's going on, and occasionally I watch some wrestling because I do like to have a little bit of downtime, and I also like marketing, so it's something I grew up with and I enjoy watching still. And we'll see. WrestleMania is still on in Tampa. We'll see if they actually shut it down. I think it's hilarious that WrestleMania is on, where wrestlers get in the ring, bleed and sweat with people from all around the country coming in, and yet that's on right now. But I actually think they're going to cancel WrestleMania. That's my opinion. So again, hope it helps, guys. Have an amazing one. Leave any comments below, and I'll get to them as fast as I possibly can, I think. Okay? And I'll do my best to come on here and give you as much information in the coming days as possible. And who knows, social media might be up during this whole thing and may not be. But take care of your families, take care of yourself, and do me a favor, anyone watching this, and I'll put this into is, as I said earlier, there's two different directions this country can go in right now. One direction is it's a scary direction, which means they quarantine everybody and they do some really bad stuff. And this whole cabal that was running this show goes for the end game. And I don't even like saying that, but it's a real possibility. But the better possibility, and that I want all of you to focus on, all of you watching this right now, it does not take a lot of people to create a movement. The patriots who created the revolution, who founded this country, there was only a handful. That's all they needed to actually carry this out. So do me a favor, put your prayers in, your postulates, your meditation, whatever it is that you find God or seek intuition or your spirit, whatever you follow, I don't care. Put it towards the direction of this happens, that we take these people down. And I actually get broken up about this because there's human trafficking going on and kids are being killed and mistreated, and they're being destroyed before they can have a life. So put your focus on positive, that we destroy this virus that is destroying America. Talk to you soon.